Welcome back to Squared Away Garage. Today we're going to do a simple little project. We're going to do some upgrades to some steering components in Hussey here. When I built the truck, I didn't drive it before I tore it apart. I bought it. It wasn't really. It ran. It drove, but it wasn't really streetable. Everything was leaking. Brakes weren't working right. Everything. So it really never got any mileage on it. And after I got the truck put together, a little bit of driving, and I realized I had a bad bearing in the bottom of the steering column. So I made a little patch for it, and it's been fine. But I've got the engine back out of it, doing some more work, and there's no better time than right now when I've got plenty of room to get in here and work to kind of rectify this problem. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put in a Jeep bearing in the bottom of the steering column. So GM just used a bushing, plastic bushing, and Jeep used an actual roller bearing. And here's the part number. I'm going to give you the diameter of this steering shaft when I get it out, so that you have a number to compare to with what you've got before you go ordering this. The other thing that I'm going to do, which is already in place in this truck, but I'll show you for anybody that doesn't know, you can replace the intermediate steering shaft from the bottom of the column to your steering box with a Jeep steering intermediate steering shaft also, which has U-joints instead of having the soft cloth rag joint at the bottom that has, even a brand new one, they flex. So I'll show you that and give you that information also while I'm in here.
Let's get busy.
So this is kind of interesting. Here's the new bearing right? See the ball bearings in there. Here's what came out. The exact same thing. So I was not aware that GM ever put these in there. So I'm not sure if somebody did this in the past or not. It's been in there a long time. So long that this was just brittle and it was actually already broken. Here's the actual broken edge. You can see that's an old break right there. It's been that way a long time. But it came out of there in pieces. And I don't see any signs of anything that's really been monkeyed with too much. Matter of fact, the old cover plate, you know, it shows signs of age compared to new ones. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these, maybe this is the style bearing that comes in there, but this part number for these does not come up when you search a place like Rock Auto or someplace for these. I didn't come up with it. So this is a Jeep part number, but it is identical. It's identical. Everything about it is right. Bushing is correct. So it's very interesting. Either way, this is getting ready to go in. It was a little bit of a struggle to get the other one out. These do have an O-ring in here. So in the video there, you saw me cleaning up the shaft a little bit. So no burrs or anything. There's going to need to be a little bit of lubrication on that to get it to go back together. And these two pieces need to be snapped together before they go in there, which is one of the problems with the old stuff. This wasn't holding on to this correctly. It's causing a lot of slop. And interestingly too, this looks like it's missing a ball bearing out of it. I don't know if it'll show up in the camera, but right there I've got a gap big enough for another ball. So this has got a little bit of lubrication in it already, but I think I'm going to squeeze a little more in there just to be on the safe side, and snap these together, and then get this put back in. Cleaned up my spring, tossed a little black paint on it, let it dry, because that is visible. Everything's going to be clean and fresh looking when I get done. Before I forget, also, this is for a 1-inch diameter shaft in the steering column. So if you want to figure out if this is going to work in your GM steering column, which apparently could have been their factory, I don't know, maybe just the trucks they did that sometimes, but that's what you want to be paying attention to. 1-inch diameter shaft in your steering column. a Jeep intermediate shaft out of I believe it was Cherokees and one other model. I'm not a Jeep guy. Anyway, I'll put up the numbers here on the screen. So I got this off of eBay, and it uses universal joints on it. The only real modifications that you have to do to use this is on the GM steering shaft where this bolt goes through, needs to be a little relief cut put in right here. So the bolt can slide past the shaft, and then that locks that on there. This end will go on the correct steering box, and again there may be some variables there by year. So if you've got a new or an older steering box, like out of the 60s and 70s trucks, I'm pretty sure this is not a direct drop on, but if you go to a square body steering box, this will slide on there. The other thing that needs to be done is they come and they're too long. So they need to be shortened, and all they are is they're just pinched right here. So do your measurements. You can put it in a press, and then you can gradually slide it in, and then it's drop in from there. So something very interesting happened here with the new bushing in the bottom of the steering column, and now the column's not moving around. Previously, I had a lock collar up here at the top just to kind of hold everything together to keep it from jiggling around, and that's obviously not needed now. But remember, I just said a moment ago that you have to adjust the length of this Jeep intermediate shaft. So this was done and all adjusted for the way that it was with the bad bushing in the bottom of the column. Look at here. That hole for the bolt right there needs to be down here in that slot. With all the new parts in there, my intermediate shaft is now too short. I'm going to have to lengthen it. It's pretty interesting. I didn't see that coming. So this will have to come back out, and I'll have to figure out how to lengthen this. All right, project complete. This is a pretty simple project. you know, Saturday afternoon screwing around in the garage, watching NASCAR, whatever you want to do. I don't know, but it's a nice upgrade to your steering. This intermediate shaft, I've run this in a couple of different vehicles over the years. I've got an '87 that's also got this intermediate shaft in it. It's a nice little upgrade to get rid of that soft rag joint that GM used to use, and it's pretty simple to install. So, and it's cheap by comparison. I know there's some other kits out there with big heavy duty what do you call them, U-joints in there, but this is like 50-60 bucks is what they cost last I looked off of eBay, and they're easily adapted to fit in the GM trucks, probably other vehicles too. I'm not sure what I think about that ball bearing in the bottom of the steering column. That kind of caught me off guard. I know my '87 does not have a ball bearing in it. It's got a bushing in it. And my understanding is that that's what GM did on these in the cars and the trucks. I'm wondering if maybe that's not exactly correct information, and maybe the trucks sometimes, or at least for a period of time, had bearings in the bottom of them like that, because I don't think this had been changed. If it had been changed, it was a long time ago, because that plastic adapter was already cracked and broken, and it had been that way for a long time. This truck sat in the desert for years and years, just abandoned, and everything like plastic and rubber pieces and everything on it was just cooked, just brittle. So that plastic piece that was in there kind of fits with everything else on the truck, which makes me think that had never been changed. So I don't know. I'd sure like to hear if you guys know for certain that there's a period of time in there where GM was using those ball bearings. That'd be interesting to hear, because as far as I knew, there weren't ball bearings in the bottoms of these steering columns like that. So that's pretty cool though that it was there. So now it's all fixed. I can already tell the steering column is correct. It doesn't have any slop in it. That my little collar is out of there. And that was interesting to see that the intermediate shaft had to be lengthened. So that definitely tells me that everything was wrong with the bottom of the steering column there. So all fixed up, ready to go. Now all I gotta do is get this darn engine done to get it back in here. Jeez, wish I'd get that done. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you later.